How did you get into this? It's so random. It's such a niche. What the? How did this start for you? What happened?
How did this start for me? All right. So I was still in high school actually at this time.
Which, are you public about your age? You're pretty
young. So publicly, I was not exactly 18 when I fully first started doing this.
Wow.
I don't recommend it to anyone else.
No.
Probably shouldn't have been doing it at the time. I definitely could have been a little more focused in school or something. But I wanted to make YouTube work. That was just always my goal is, I want to be a YouTuber. However that happens, it'll happen. And so I was doing, you guys know what Discord is?
Yeah.
So I was making videos of mostly just like trolling people on Discord, it's more kid kind of stuff, messing with people. And then one day, this was like when COVID hit. So I was like around 2020. COVID hit. I was a junior in high school, and I realized, like, whoa, I'm about to be like an adult in life. And, I can't just have this mentality of, I'll be a YouTuber and it'll work out. I'll be a YouTuber and it'll work out. I should start taking
responsibilities,
it kind of seriously. Things are, I'm gonna have responsibilities in a year and a half.
Bills are coming.
Bills are coming. So I was like, all right, let me hunker down and really try and take videos and videography and what I'm doing seriously. And then one day, after doing it for about a month or two, I saw a video I recommended from a channel named Quibbit. And it was another guy who had done kind of Discord stuff, but it was something new that caught my eye. It was catching predators on Discord video. And so I was like, I kind of do Discord, like trolling people on Discord.
What do you mean by trolling on Discord? Like, what were your videos?
Okay. I guess I should kind of elaborate on that. So I would mess with I would go in like furry Discord servers and I would like pretend to be a furry and just like mess around,
pranks,
like harmless, right? Harmless little pranks. Like, my fursuit, like maybe I pretend I'm an elephant. Hey guys, my fursuit's too big. Any fellow furries want to help me out? And I would just maybe mess with them in that way. And just little harmless things like that on Discord or flat earthers. We'd go in flat earth Discord servers and mess with people who had that belief. But anyways, I saw that video. And it was like a text-to-speech video, but it was a guy who had pretended to be a minor on Discord, but it was super well made. Like, I was truly, I feel like there's probably only a few times in your life where you like feel it, but I was truly, truly inspired.
Inspired by that.
Yeah, I'm sure. As videographers, you guys
of course
know how it is when you see a piece of media.
Yeah, when you see immediately something
you're jealous of the producerial element of it.
You wish you had that idea.
You wish you had that idea.
Yeah.
So and executed that way.
It was a super well made video. It was like, he had like Pepe animations. It felt like I was watching like a production on Discord almost. And I was just blown away by the way it was made. So I was like, wow, you know what? I want to do that. I just want to at least try and see if I could do that.
Okay.
And so I one-to-one ripped the video. Pepe animations and all. Full shout out to the guy's name was Quibbit. I don't think he's on YouTube anymore, but seeing that really made me get my start in stride. And from there, that video got, I wasn't very big at all, but that was my first video to ever cross like 100,000 subscribers. Or not subscribers.
On Discord.
100,000 views. Yes. So that was my first ever
But it was on YouTube, but you were
bigger
doing it,
video that I put up on YouTube. So I was like, I had fun making that. I had.
Did you do the same, like pretending to be a minor? That was the first time doing it?
I pretended to be a minor. I found a couple of guys. I confronted them.
Is it still on your channel?
Yeah, you can actually go and find it. It's still on my channel.
Oldest. Catching Predators on Discord 4 years ago.
Yep, that was the very first one. And
oh shit,
yeah. So actually, what interested me in that is the very first guy I confronted on a video call. To this day, is actually still one of the most vulgar people I've ever talked to. We got on a call. I was like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And he was like very forefront, like, yeah, I'm talking to this girl. She's 15. And he thought that the girl was my girlfriend. He didn't realize it was like, just like YouTube sting or whatever. He was like, yo, can I talk to your girlfriend? And I was like, no, dude, like you're a fucking pedophile. I'm going to report you. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. I've killed 20 girls. I've raped and killed 20 girls. I'm going to find this girl that I'm talking to now. I'm going to rape and kill her. And
that was the first video?
That's happening in which stage?
This is my first ever interaction with a predator online ever.
Oh my God.
I've killed like 20 girls. I'm going to find her and kill her and rape more. And
that sounds like my first interaction with a scammer was like 9/11. He was like taking responsibility.
Like,
That's
really?
insane.
You had a similar experience.
Yeah,
that was first ever
wow.
So to me, I was like, whoa, this is some insane shit. These people are doing insane things. So it captivated me even more. on top of that. And so I put the video out, it starts doing well. And then the big thing that really roped me into this, and my audience, if they're watching, they'll know about this, is this is something I didn't even know until after I'd already posted the video.
And that's happened in your hometown, right? Everything you recording, doing from your,
so I was
house.
doing this
Still
just
in high
from-
school.
Yes,
I mean,
I was
you're-
still in high school in my basement.
Dude.
So I post that very first video, and you can see it in that video. I didn't notice it in production or editing it or even while filming it. So there's one guy, we now know him as Gary Jeffers. He's the last guy in the video, and we had called. I had noticed he was in like a building, like a work building. Like it'd be if he was in his office and he called. When I was doing this confrontation, and he was like super laggy, so nothing came of it in that call in the moment. It was like if you were to call on a 3DS, it was really, really bad. But my interest was a little piqued because I could see he was like in it. I thought he was like in a school at the time. I didn't know. It was just some kind of building, whatever. I post a video. I got a few comments that point out like, hey, where's that last guy at? What is that last guy doing? And my friend calls me a few hours after I post a video. Yo, bro, did you see the picture that the last predator like had sent you? I'm like, nah, what do you mean? Like, I know he was in like a building or something. Let me go take a look. So I go and I re-look at he had sent a selfie. So I re-look at the selfie he had sent to this girl he believed to be 15.
Right.
It's just him smiling like this, all happy at his place of work or whatever he's doing. But in the bottom right corner, I didn't even notice.
What is it?
Is a little police badge that he has on. He is literally in his police uniform outfit at work in his office, sexting what he believes to be a 15-year-old.
In his office.
Yes. So I didn't even notice. So I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
How did the comments didn't point it out?
This is your first video ever.
This is my first like predator video ever. The comments didn't point it out. My eye didn't notice it. Somehow it had entirely slipped through the cracks. I was like, whoa, okay.
Holy shit.
What the fuck? I had like found and confronted a cop and reported a cop and didn't even
without even knowing that
I
it's a
didn't
cop.
even know it. The video was up by the time that
Right.
I was almost embarrassed that
Right.
it had slipped through. That there was but it was clear as day, a little police badge. So
Oh
like,
my
okay,
God.
this is clearly a bad guy. So this is what really got me kind of invested to like staying in this content. So we had found this guy on the website. Have you guys ever heard of Omegle?
Omegle, yeah.
Yeah, so
It's shut down now, right?
Yes, it's shut down now. But we had found him on Omegle. So video aside, like I was not a big YouTuber at all at this point. I was like, okay, myself personally, I need to dedicate my time to finding this man and making sure he faces actual proper justice because. I mean, you guys know how the police can tend to be.
Yep.
You have to fight for justice, tooth and nail. Even if there's like a real victim, you have to fight tooth and nail or don't go anywhere.
Why do you think we do all our child predator boss in Glendale? Glendale PD, shout out to you.
You guys
seriously.
are great. I love working with y'all so far.
We went to
thanks,
Chula
man.
Vista next to San Diego, and that's it. Creep, park, dark, little girl, everything. Police showed up. Look at this, and whatever. Fucking let him go.
What a disaster.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you pursued it more.
Pursued it more. So that's literally a night or two later. There are certain tags. I can't say. Well, I guess I can say it now. Probably the site's down. I would use certain tags like old man, older man, grab. Well, he's been around since this started in like 2020. So
That's how
why
you know everything.
This is like a full
Is
circle.
that you knew each other at that point?
Yes, this is
Okay.
like a full circle moment for him.
Wow.
That's why he's geeking over there.
Do you know what Omegle is? Just the context is
I
important.
heard it.
It's
Okay.
like a randomizer for video chats. So you can go, right? You
yeah,
can go
it's
and
like a
meet
random-
strangers.
Yes, but you could. There's like a text option as well, and
They
that's
tell
what
you-
we would
I learned
use.
that from Courtney.
Everyone tells you not to talk to strangers online. This is a website to talk to strangers online.
Yes,
Yeah.
they tell you,
Yeah.
please do talk to strangers, and that's
And
what
we'll,
led to
we'll supply the tools to do so.
lots of bad things on that site, and that's why it's ultimately shut down now. But
Okay. Fast forward.
At that point, fasting forward a few days, I have no contact with this man. I have nothing but a Discord username. I can't find him. I have no way to. I don't know his address, no name, no nothing. I was still a kid at
No
this time.
police
No
department,
police
nothing,
department,
nothing.
no resources, just me. I'm bored. I'm like, all right, I need to do what I can. So I'm just going to go on Omegle and see what I can find. So after a few hours on Omegle, I'm like, you know what? I feel like, again, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not doing anything full time. I feel like I should be recording this. I don't know why. Something tells me I need to be recording right now. Like I just know, like this seems serious. Like I should be recording for some reason.
Yeah, it's fucking investigation.
I might use this one day for something, and I did, so I was right too. And I was like 10 or 11 p.m. We reconnect with him on Omegle. I'm like, hey, F15, we got N56. Carlisle, PA. That's where he's from. I'm like, whoa. Same guy, same location.
What are the odds of that? Are you like looking
the
at certain
odds are
locations?
super, super small.
Like, are you filtering by location or is it
it's
worldwide random?
It's by tags, worldwide random. Like it is really. I took a huge shot in the dark. Like I basically won the lottery finding this guy again at the exact same time.
And it was like, is it like Friday night, Saturday
it was like a
night?
Friday or Saturday night.
Preachers out.
It was a very
And you're pretending
late
to be
night.
a girl. How are you doing that at this point? Are you just using
At that
FaceApp
point,
photos and
I was
shit?
just using. I had a friend who was like, I was pretty young in high school for my age. Like most of my friends were like 18, 19, but I was like, I graduated when I was 17.
Wow.
So I would just use friends' photos at that time, and they were fine with it. And so we were doing that.
You accidentally used your phone.
They were all over 18. We
Oh my God, that's
never
great.
used any real minors.
Hey,
Oh my
brother,
God! Except
do
for
you
you,
mind?
except for you being the real minor.
Well, that was kind of my mindset, unfortunately enough, was, well, hey, if the police don't want to take it seriously, I am a real minor, so it doesn't
my
matter
God.
anyways.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a real victim regardless. But
Exactly.
So we reconnect and I get him set up on like a little fake Snapchat account. And we end up getting him in a video call. I like basically middleman a Discord video call between him and a decoy. And we get him admitting to everything he wants to do with these children. He admits that he has had sex with a 17-year-old before, however true that is or is not. You know, who knows? These guys like to, hopefully it's just a lie to impress this child.
And he's probably 40, 50, right?
He was 56 at the time. I think he's about 59 or 60 now. Wow, it's been a long time.
What happened to him?
So we reconfront him. We get that evidence, and I didn't really know what to do because I had tried reporting him to like literally every possible outlet I could find. Like something needs to give. Like I can't. Like I will not feel right until I know someone's like, okay, I see what's happening here, and I'm going to do what I can to investigate it. So I end up like after, I don't remember how. I had called, he knows, I probably called 20, 30 numbers. Hey, do you know Gary Jeffers? Hey, do you know Gary Jeffers? Nothing. No
Going
answers.
to police stations, right?
Police stations, DLAs, literally anyone who could, like, I didn't know what department he was at. So we ended up finding out he was like a high-ranking officer, at like a lieutenant at a New Cumberland Defense Logistics Agency. Like he was a serious guy. So I found his boss. I'm like, okay, I don't know where exactly this even is. Fuck it. I'm just going to call the boss's personal number. So I call this guy's boss's personal number like 6 p.m. I'm like, hello, sir. My name is Kaiser. I'm with this. I understand this is a pretty unprofessional way to reach out. However, this was my last line to do so. This was when I have something pretty serious that I would like to get over your way about one of your workers. And so he's like, okay, hold that thought. Here's a number. Call tomorrow and we'll get a statement set up. And it was me, him, and the guy, I think it was was it a special agent? Do you remember?
I think it was.
It was some kind of like special agent. It was some high ranking dude in their field that finally sat down, took the report. They took everything we had. They're like, whoa, you've been doing this for years. Like I had, so I've kind of been rambling a little bit.
No, this is we wanted to do this.
That's what podcasts are.
This has been a few year span. So in this few year span, I had set him up 3 different times with 3 different decoys before I could ever actually properly report him. So we had like,
and he's habitual.
Years
He's just like
of chat logs with this guy's phone calls, things like that I could finally get to this officer and these agencies, and they finally took it and they're like, we'll do what we can. And I don't really know what happened, but he was fired. He lost his job.
Oh, you know that, right?
Yes,
That's in fact.
I
He
know
was
that
fired.
for a fact. I don't think anything illegal happened to him, unfortunately. I think, unfortunately, they probably swept it under the rug for their agency.
Wow.
And so I decided to, from there, we actually pulled up on him at his house to get a confrontation.
You guys did?
After a few years.
Was this your first in-person confrontation?
No.
You were security?
Yeah, he was my security. It was me, him. So like, I'm very comfortable doing this shit. Like him, a camera guy, and then him. So it's like, I've raw dogged this, so to speak, with very minimal people and equipment.
Yeah. Well, Marcus had no problem last night jumping right in.
Oh, Marcus was actually the first one doing fucking video game kicking, fucking shoes removing situation.
So I would do the same. I'd bring Marcus too if I were doing that.
Okay.
But yeah, so we learned nothing really happened. So we're like, all right, man. well, if nothing's going to happen, I'm going to do what I can to expose this guy to the utmost extent.
You
So
guys went to his house.
Yeah, so we decided, all right, fuck it. I'm going to pull up to his house. This was like the first, a lot of the catchers now, they like to go to these guys' houses and get interviews in, but this was like my first ever going to his house. So we go to Carlisle, PA. We plan it out for a week. Yeah. How much should I share publicly on this podcast about what we did?
Everything.
Look,
Well,
It's fully swept away.
it's past. All right, so we decided to put a tracker on this guy's car. We wanted to.
that's ballsy.
Yeah, we decided to put a
Wow.
tracker on this guy's car because we wanted to confront him in public. Because I was like, okay, I effectively ruined this
Allegedly
guy's.
put a tracker on his
Allegedly,
car.
I
Of course
put a
it's
tracker
allegedly.
on
Of
this
course it's
guy's
a
car.
joke.
Buzzword of the weekend.
I mean, does he have any evidence? Like, how you? No,
Yeah,
it's
no.
my word against
This
yours.
could be
Yeah.
a fictitious story
This
telling
is
us.
a,
So,
this is a
sorry.
podcast. This is media. This
Yeah,
is
it's
such
something
as
you go to
media.
sleep. It's
all
a
our
fairy
opi-
tale.
it's an
you know?
opinion. Yeah.
ASMR.
It's Oma's
Allegedly-
opinion that he put a
In
tracker on the
my
guy's
opinion, there
Your
was a tracker on his car.
car. There may have been a tracker
There might
on his
not
car.
have been. It might have been a hunk of metal. It's just my opinion.
This is good.
That's
this is good.
so
All right.
good.
So, in your opinion,
What
We
happened
were
next,
like-
in your opinion?
chasing him allegedly, like what's the saying? We had our tails between our legs. We kept catching him like 2 minutes after he would leave a place. Like there was one moment we thought we were about to really bust him in a subway, and it turns out we had pulled into the subway as he had pulled out because the tracker was like a few minutes delayed. So we wouldn't get like the location until he was
story
already
of our
there.
lives.
Mhm.
So like, all right, we're gonna go get him at his work. Found out after he got fired from all of his other
Agencies,
DLAs,
whatever.
agencies, he had got a new job at a Amazon warehouse. So we were like staking out the Amazon warehouse, but the problem is I was not very good at it at this time. Also, I was in a pretty big rusty white van. So you had three.
So you look like a pred yourself.
Yeah, you had three giddy dudes with cameras driving around all suspiciously like this in
I
a
got
white
some
van.
candy. You want some candy?
Yeah, so after about,
Scooby-Doo.
After
Scooby-Doo.
about
The big van and everybody trying. Yes. Yes.
so before we could confront him there, because I was like, all right, we'll get him on his lunch break and we'll just pop out on him. The security tap, tap, tap. Hey, what are you guys doing here? I kind of panic. I'm like, you know what? I'll say something funny, but we got to go because I don't know what to say. Yo, I'm actually looking for my dad, Gary Jeffers. I'm his son. We're just going to drop off his lunch. Is he here? Gary, yeah, he's here, but you're just here to drop off his lunch? Oh, yeah, man. Oh, okay. Just one second. Let me go make a call. He steps aside to go make a call. We booked it at that point. I was like, all right, I don't want to wait around to let Gary Jeffers know someone's here for him.
Yeah.
We just decided to leave. I'm like, all right, the tracker is kind of a bust at this point. Personally, I'm willing to just go knock on his door and see what happens. I wasn't going to press it or anything because at this point, and I get kind of flack from this for my comments about, you look like a bitch, but you guys know how it is.
Yeah, fucking.
So I decided, all right, we're going to go knock on his door and to get what we can get.
Yeah.
This guy he knows me at this point. He knows I'm like the individual who has ruined his life.
Yeah, because of the
effectively.
videos.
Yes, because of the videos and
He saw the
whatnot.
video.
Yeah, he's known about me for quite some time.
Good.
So at that point, when we were trying to, since we couldn't get him in public, I was like, all right, we'll just go get him at his house. But because the tracker was being so wonky, we just weren't even sure when he was going to be home.
Yeah.
So we were like circling his neighborhood a few different times, just throughout the day, trying to catch him while he was there. The problem with that, though, is, when you're in a small town, a rural neighborhood, and you have a rusty white van with a Michigan plate circling your neighborhood several times a day, doesn't look too good.
No.
So after a couple times of doing that,
It's like your villain story. You're becoming what you're trying to fight.
we became pretty known throughout the neighborhood. So we're like, okay, oh shit, we finally got him. We see he's there. Before we can get in that like mentality of let's get ready to catch this guy, the neighbor comes out. Hey, what are y'all doing over there? We're like, when we're kind of coasting, but we don't really know what's going on. We're slowly driving throughout the neighborhood.
Slowly driving.
We
even
see
better.
he's there. Okay, he's at his house. All right, guys, we're gonna confront him. What are we thinking? But as we're like kind of coasting, hey, what are y'all doing? We're like, is that guy yelling at us? What should we do? Yo, that guy's getting in his car. Is he yelling at us and waving his camera at us to get in his car? Should we just leave? So we're still driving. This dude's like kind of always coming out of his driveway. All right, guys, we'll come back. We'll get Gary in like 30 minutes. We'll just go wait at there's like a Waffle House nearby. We'll go wait at like the nearby Waffle House. Yo, is that guy like following us? Yo, why is he honking? And all of a sudden we realize like this guy's like kind of after us. Like, oh shit, we have a guy like
a neighbor.
Yeah, the neighbor's basically
your ass.
essentially following us. So it's me, my camera guy, his name was Liam, and then my other camera guy, Jacob at the time. So I'm like, yo, boys, what do we do? This neighbor doesn't seem too happy. I didn't really know what to do. I'd never been chased before. I don't think is a very common occurrence. So I don't know.
Depends where you live.
Well,
Which
in a car,
neighborhood
in a
you
car.
came from?
In a car by another grown man.
Yeah.
There's not too many situations where a grown man is chasing another grown man, So after like 5 minutes of discussion, I wanted to kind of pull over and be like, yo, like this is what we're doing. This is what's going on.
Open the card.
Yeah, like let him know this is the deal. But my camera guy in the back, he was, and I don't blame him at all. He was pretty scared and anxietic and shooken up, and he did not want to, stop and talk to the crazed man who was trying to chase us. Understandably so. After like 10 minutes of, okay, he's clearly following us. Like we spent like 5 minutes in disbelief. Like, is he really? Like, no, this can't be real. This can't really be happening. And so it gets to a point where we're now on the highway. We're like, all right, we will figure out something to do. We're going like 100 down the highway with this man chasing us after about 15 minutes. So we finally jump on the phone with the police. Like, hey, we have a guy like following us. What do we do? And they didn't take us seriously at first. They were like, are you sure? Like, did you guys do the 4 turns? Like, how do you know he's following you? Because understandably, your average person isn't going to call the police because I think there's a man following. So
Right.
we didn't want to tell them why there would be a man following us.
Yeah.
We're like, we're pretty sure he's following us. But we didn't want to say it's because we've been circling this neighborhood several times a day.
This is like a fucking scheme of a comedy movie, dude. What the movie,
That's
dude?
how
What
it
the
felt.
fuck is this?
The police predator documentary. I did a little mini documentary. If you guys are ever bored and you want to go check out the chase, the police predator documentary
And that's on
is
your
where it's
channel.
at. Yeah.
I was just scrolling through trying to find it. But is it towards the beginning of the videos, or is it a little more like later on?
That was towards the end. That was like a climax. So we did 3 videos on him. So he's a very big and well loved
the police predator. Here it is.
The police predator, member of our channel.
There it is. Police Predator 2. Yeah.
Yep, 3 and then the documentary.
There's 1, 2, and then 3. Yep, the full documentary here. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh my God. Okay. So you call police, 911 emergency.
Yep. So after about, maybe 15, 20 minutes? Oh, wait, you weren't in the car. 15, 20 minutes of just going 100 down the highway. Wow, how is this rust bucket holding up? He finally, where we get off on an exit, he keeps going. He leaves us be. Phew, thank God. All right, so we plan, okay, we're clear, we're safe. We'll get him tomorrow. It was not over. I wake up that next morning to a call from my mom. Kaiser, why is there police at our door? This is my home in Michigan. The police went to my home in Michigan while I'm still in PA. So apparently the person who was chasing us reported us to the police. They thought we had a stolen vehicle and we were like casing out their neighborhood to like steal shit. And so they went to my house and like interviewed my family. They thought the car that I was in was stolen.
Yeah.
So the guy called the cops, reported your plate.
Yes.
So you're reporting the guy chasing you and the guy chasing you reporting you.
Yeah. So we
stolen
were both probably on the phone at the same time reporting each other.
Oh
to the
my
police.
God.
So I cleared it up with them, let them know. And so it actually, so you were there. When we pulled up to actually confront him, a different neighbor had came out before we could even get to him. Like, hey, what did she ask? Do you remember what she had asked when we were walking up to Gary's house?
She was just like, hey, what are you guys doing over here? Like something real simple, but he was more so closer to the door. So I kind of took on just the liberty of speaking to her because that time we obviously looked the same, but we were in my car, so it was a different vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
From a van to a sedan.
So there is no more Scooby-Doo headquarters on the 4 wheels, right?
Yeah, we got an actual nice, decent car. And so we found out from this lady. So the neighborhood was aware what we were doing and we were kind of what we were around. They didn't know who I was. They knew who I was. They didn't know I was there. So this neighborhood was aware that they had a predator in their neighborhood named Gary Jeffers.
No way.
They all know him. They did not like him. They knew me. They knew
Fuck
of me.
yeah.
They knew what we were doing.
It's just
But
your
they
fucking
didn't-
van.
yeah, it was
It's
just a van.
that fucking
Sketched
Scooby-Doo
them out, so-
transportation.
She had told us, oh yeah, that was, she said like the guy's name. He's
Right.
cool. He doesn't like Gary either. If you had told him, he would have been like, yeah, fuck that guy. I'll help you guys.
Yeah,
I'll text you when he's home. Yes, I'll see that fucker home right now. His car's in the driveway. Pull up. Yeah, so she just let us know, like, yeah, we all know, we appreciate what you do, but we were just all kind of nervous about, what the hell was this van in our neighborhood. But now that we know, we appreciate it, and we'll be on the lookout. And so we got to inform her about what he was doing and make sure all the whole neighborhood knows. And we walked up and
Did you guys have a chance to talk to him?
we got a good
Police
little
Predator 3. I see a
few-minute
thumbnail. You're at the door.
confrontation. I'm like, hey, man, we want to talk. And after a few minutes, he started getting really heated. Like, I'm done with your internet shit. We're not talking anymore. And he slammed the door, and I was like, all right.
Was he denying it all, or did he acknowledge?
We got like a few minutes of talking, and he was like, I already talked to the real police. And then at that point, that's when I kind of got shut down. And I was like, all right, I don't particularly feel like getting shot in the face by a man whose life I already ruined and is definitely carrying. So.